Hi guys, Ian here, aka Hura Mantra. Welcome to my channel and to another video. And today I just wanted to share some thoughts with you about enlightenment. And I was doing some decorating. Actually, I was up a step ladder and found that my mind was focusing on enlightenment and what it was and how we achieved it. And I just had this really strong urge to share my thoughts with you. So yeah, I'm sat here covered in paint, so excuse that, please. So enlightenment then. Now, I don't know about you, but when I used to think of enlightenment, I used to think of gurus and yogis and lamas and people who had achieved extraordinary degrees of spiritual understanding. But now I realise that we are each enlightened by degree. We are beings of light, and we have a natural pull towards light, but by degree. So let's look at what enlightenment is and maybe how it occurs. Enlightenment, to be filled with light, to be lifted by light, to be made wise by light. So how are we made wise by light? Because light allows us to see. And spiritual light works just like physical light, because as above, so below. What we see happening in the physical nature of our world is an expression of a spiritual truth. So how does enlightenment occur? Well, an example I'd like to share with you is, for me, I read avidly, and sometimes I read things that I don't understand. If you are a person on a spiritual quest, which I guess you must be if you're watching this video, then you probably read too. You probably seek out information. You probably you probably look for things that tell you how things are, about the mysteries of existence. And I do that too. And as I say, sometimes I read things and I don't understand it. It's beyond me. Now, if that happens to you, read it anyway. Because if you are reading the truth of light, whether you think it is going to impact you or not, it will. And what I find from my own experience is I find something, I start reading it, I don't really understand it, but I read it nevertheless. And then I leave it for a few days, or maybe a couple of weeks. And then I go back and read it again. And you know, my degree of not understanding it on the second reading is much less than it is on the first. I see things on the second reading I didn't see on the first reading. Things on the second reading have meaning which didn't have any meaning on the first reading. And then on the third and the fourth and the fifth reading of the same material, more and more truth unfolds. Now, how is this possible? It's because when we take light into ourselves, even through reading, it's like yeast in bread. It lifts us, it opens up our understanding. Maybe not instantly, but it continues to work on us. That which we have taken into ourselves affects us, whether it be good, wholesome, lovely things, whether it be negative, not good, demeaning, destructive things. It continues to work on us. So this is why we have to be very careful what we focus on, what we allow ourselves to dwell on, what we allow ourselves to get involved with. Because with everything we do, we are allowing ourselves to take in from the external world. Maybe it's common sense, maybe that is the way of all learning, but particularly of spiritual learning. Let the light do its work and then go back and read some more. And through the process of the expanding of your understanding and the expanding of your consciousness, which doesn't only come from reading. Reading will sow the seed. The seed will initiate the change within you, and then you go out and you see what it is you now know. This is particularly so of Kabbalah and the Tree of Life. When you understand what the tree stands for, what the Sephirot stand for, when you begin to get an insight into the spiritual truth that they represent, you will see that truth in existence in daily life. You'll see it in nature, in science, in personality, in everything. I marvel to see the Tree of Life in pretty much everything I see now, even into my interactions with other people. How my personality expresses itself can be mapped to the tree. So, we're all on our journey of enlightenment, and sometimes it happens in the background and slowly. So, if you are finding that you don't understand some of the things that you encounter, it doesn't matter, still read them. Let them go in, let them do their work. Because they will expand your consciousness. They will allow you to see more than you see currently. Okay, well, we're going to stop now and go back to my painting. I see you guys soon. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.